high school sports on this Friday morning. Folks, I'm telling you right now, we're going to try to get it warmed up in here because it was cold, chilly. I'll tell you, last week we got a lot of people singing the blues.
Man.
Singing the blues with little tissues in their hands, wiping the tears away because there was a lot of upset. It should have been called Upset Friday. What's going on this morning, Big RT?
Not a whole lot.
And Big E, what's up, baby?
What's up, Big
Same
E?
thing. Not much.
Hey, I'm trying to bring the funk because I'm telling you, last week, man, we didn't get a lot of you viewers, so you guys got to come. It's playoffs, and y'all act like it's playoffs. And they scared because it's playoffs. And I don't blame some of them because some of them sitting at home because they don't get to play this week. But that's okay. You get ready for the prom. You get ready for your banquet. You get ready for a lot of things. You get ready for your fall sport, basketball, wrestling, swimming, whatever you go into. Okay. But, hey, your season's over, some of you players. I'm sorry. You didn't cut the cut or make the mustard, whatever they want to say. But guess what? We're going to get this show jumping, bumping, and going. So what's up, Big E? What we got going first?
Man, we're gonna do a little recap of last week, shall we?
Recap of last week. I'm telling you, the people that's tuning in probably don't want to see it. But I tell you what we did though. We cleared some stuff up, made some room for some champions. Only people that make the table now is champs. Right. If you ain't a champ, you got to go.
Spring cleaning, but it's not spring.
RT, I had to get it cleaned up. You know why?
Why is that?
Because you didn't make the cut. If you ain't on the table, you didn't make the cut. And there's some people I love.
You've been stocking them shelves.
Hey, that's what I do. I stock them shelves to make them full. Because you know what? One thing I'm not doing on them shelves.
What's that?
They're not falling off sides.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
My beer is staying on the shelf.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. It ain't falling over into the customer's hand.
Okay.
Because you know what I've done?
What's that?
I've taught my people, if the count is 1, you go on 1. If the count is 2, you go on 2. But some people still jumping. I ain't saying no names. You can figure that out because that's what we do is keep it 100. And, hey, I'm keeping it 100 because that's what I do today, this morning. Let's get it started.
All right. So starting off with 6A1.
Oh, we going to just skip college? You don't want to talk about that?
Oh, he don't want to talk about OU, huh? He don't want to talk about OU. I wouldn't want to talk about OU. I wouldn't want to talk about OU neither.
Yeah. Now, do you still agree with the college football playoff rankings?
I still think there's some questionable things in there. But like,
hey,
pertaining to OU, though, I think they're properly rated at this point. Okay. Yeah. But, there's still hope for the Sooner season. They can still win the Big 12 championship, and they can still play in for a New Year's Six Bowl.
Is that what we go for, win the Big 12?
Hey, man.
Hey, you know what? Look at my pretty ring right there.
Take
a look at my ring.
They get a ring for the Big 12 championship.
Take a look at my ring.
They got 6 of them.
Man, that's all you get is 6?
Oh.
6 in a row.
6 in a row? That sounds like Carl Albert.
Exactly.
But hey.
They going for their 6
But they winning gold balls. Oh, you ain't winning no gold balls. They just winning rings.
They get a little silver ball.
Man,
gold,
you know what? That don't matter.
Kind of almost like.
A little something like that.
Hey, don't hate on the Hey, before we get this college stuff started, let's talk about them Jones Longhorn 6th grade team. I can be pleased with myself.
Yes, sir.
You know why?
Why?
Because all my kids are from Jones.
Yeah. Oh. Homegrown is what they call it.
Hey, what we did, we taught the boys in Jones how to play the game.
Yeah.
I didn't go over there to Midwest City. I didn't go over there to Dell City. I didn't go out there to Edmond. I didn't go out there to Luther. Right. I didn't go out there to Hare. I didn't go out there to McLeod or Bethel, Shawnee, Tecumseh.
Yeah.
They right there in Jones.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we doing. Even though they're losing their coach Dave Martin, but whoever becomes the next coach, and I'm shooting for a guy. I hope David White get the job because I'm telling you, if David White get the job, there's gonna be some people like really really upset because he gonna come take your kids because you don't want to play for a guy like him because he comes from Bishop Gorman. He's been he's coached at OU.
Yeah.
He's coached in Nevada. The guy knows his stuff. You know, if he probably don't get the Jones job, he probably get that UCO job. There's a lot of jobs open, guys.
A lot of jobs open.
PC North. Hey, guess what? They booted him. PC West, I wouldn't even ask for that job. They should just give up football. Hey, Lenny, just stick to basketball. Don't even do football no more because I'm telling you right now, if you only getting 29 kids to come out for a 6A program, and I love Lenny Burton. My man can coach. He's the AD over there, but they just don't have the football program. Lenny, just let it go. I don't even know who can get that job. I mean, who wants that job?
What about sophomore?
Sophomore, it's another thing just like that. Who wants that job? Because if you heard Zoe last week and talking about the guys that you're going to play against, you ain't. I mean, if you went 0-10 this year, you might go 0-10. You're going to go 0-10 again for 2 years. You're going to be 0-20. You ain't gonna win no games. It's gonna take a miracle. You know what's that? What's that movie called? Saint.
I don't know what you're talking about.
24th Street Miracle, whatever. Christmas, you know, kind of
yeah. I don't know the name of it, but I know what you're talking about.
But you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's going to take a lot to get some wins over there. But back to my Jones Longhorns, though, man. I just want to thank the parents for letting me coach this year. It's been a pleasure to get to know these young men, to watch these guys grow together as one team, one dream, because, you know, they're all together. You know, some's going to probably quit playing football and go to another sport. But I'll tell you right now, they're all together. Out of the 19, 20 kids they got on the team, they're going to be together. They've been together for a while. And that's what you want to see. I know when I had my Bombers team, I coached a lot of those kids since they were 6th grade on the way up. Yes, granted, some of us couldn't go to old school, but we were an open organization. We wasn't an organization right here. We didn't have a school that we played for. So I think that's different compared to some of these schools that's doing it now. That, you know, if you're a Jaguar or a Yellow Jacket or whatever school you at, are those kids going to go to that school, or are they just part? Are they just part of
it too? And you also started out when they were really young, and a lot of these leagues now they don't start the kids out that young. So, but congratulations on that, and continue to build the foundation for a lot of these coaches. Appreciate you because Rabbit, as an example, you know, you have a lot of these kids that you done actually put your hands on, and you started their careers, and they continued that success throughout high school and now college. And you never know, man. You may have one of your boys that you coach that'll make it to the NFL.
Well, and if that happens, that's great. But the one thing I will say, RT, man, I will give it up to coaches that do coach high school, junior high, college, because it is a different animal. Because I tell you, last week, man, I think I got more gray hair from last Saturday. It's so funny, man. No, I'm for real, man. I looked in the mirror the other day and I was like, God dang, I got a bunch of gray hair. Yeah. And that's just because, you know, just the stress of the game, man. The game was tight. I mean, we come out, go up 8-0 right off the back. Boom. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is money, baby. We got this. Money. And so then, boom, it's 8-0 at halftime. So, you know, I'm like, man, this is tight. Roman's yelling at me and screaming in my ear. And finally, I just turned around and I said, will you just leave me the hell alone?
Just like old times.
Old times, man. But you know I love him, and that's just the way it is, though. And I'll be honest with you, RT, I can keep it 100. I wasn't on my A game last Saturday. Yeah. I think I was spinning. I was overthinking the game, and there's a lot of stuff I could have ran. I did run, and I kept going to the same play, and you know, and it's kind of like, you know, and no, hey, I keep it 100. Kind of like watching the Dell City game last Friday night. You know, I felt like they just kept running that quarterback draw. Sand Springs was ready. I know we're gonna get into that, but we will. Sand Springs was ready for him though. So I'll let you get back to college, but I want to talk about them Longhorn 6th grade. Congratulations to all them young men. And after the end of the show, I'll try to give everybody a little bit of shout out, a little bit of love. You know, we'll take the last 5 minutes and give them a little bit of love and talk about the game a little bit more. Go ahead, Biggie. My fault.
So back on the college, you know, you already brought up OU, that whole situation. I think they're properly rated right now. But, you know, there's still hope for their season. I mean, it is. I mean, I think their playoff hopes are out the window. But as a Sooner fan myself, I understand that we are not a playoff team, and honestly, I don't want to see OU in the playoff. I think I'd much rather see us win the Big 12 championship and go on and play a New Year's Six Bowl, play another, you know, whatever SEC team or Big 10 team that's not in the playoff. You know, I think that'll be a much better game for us and give us a better opportunity.
So now you become a settle. So you're selling to
you gotta take what you can get. You know? As a fan.
As a fan, yes, but what I'm saying is that everybody talks about Lincoln Riley, talk about Grinch, how good these guys are supposed to be. I think Lincoln Riley, not being a hater, but I think Lincoln Riley's been caught up to now. I think everybody's figured out. I mean, to me, I felt like they kept running the same play. They run the same running back. Oh, you guys one running back. You got Brooks. You know, you got the Majors kid that you didn't even let him touch the ball when he got in the week against Texas Tech. I mean, the kid ran like, you know, a wild dog. And you know, then you go back to the 2-back quarterback, you know. Granted, Williams' hand got stepped on. I mean, everybody's hand's been stepped on. That's part of the game. Yeah. You know, but then you go with Spencer Rattler, and he can't even run out of the pocket without tripping over his own feet. So why go back to that guy? It's like you're selling it's like they want to make Spencer Rattler happy. If he ain't the man for the job, stay with Williams. If Williams hurt, keep him out. But I think the biggest thing you done the other night was putting him back in the game and taking him back out. So now everybody in the stands are scratching their head because they're all confused. What are you going to do this weekend? Right. You know, you got another tough game. Iowa State's coming off a loss. Guess what? Iowa State's going to bring a tough.
That's the thing about OU. You're going to get everybody's best when you play at OU.
But are you really getting everybody's best? Baylor, you really thought Baylor
that was their best game?
No.
That was their
Baylor
best game
ran
all year.
Quarterback. Their quarterback couldn't even throw the ball. Put guys in a box and shut the run. They can't even tackle. That's the worst tackling team I've seen in the last 5 years. Oklahoma State is right up the street. They're not having that problem tackling.
No.
And I'm not an OSU fan, but I just tell you right now.
Coach Knowles.
Well, give him some love, but I'm just saying, why we can't? Grinch is supposed to be this hero. He's supposed to be the savior. He's supposed to be the next thing since Wonder Bread, you know. Yeah. But what has he done? He goes and recruit a kid that's 6'3", that never really played football, but he's out there at OU for what? I mean, I'm not even just talking about Muse, but this kid was supposed to be this, but you recruited him because he dunked the basketball.
They seen the potential.
Everybody got
athletes.
He's just a freshman.
Okay, but if you can go, RT. Well, there's no difference. You're a freshman, you're a sophomore, a junior. I mean, if you can go, you can go. But I'm saying, are they recruiting the right kid? I mean, this is my whole point. Oklahoma State, give me a minute. Oklahoma State goes get these kids
in state.
Yeah. They go get the kids from Santa Fe, the kids that can go.
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Why? Oh, you didn't go after Oliver. Well, you didn't go after none of these guys.
They're focused on those 5 stars in Texas.
But the stars don't mean shit. That's all overrated.
And I agree. Yeah. I think there's plenty of talent in Oklahoma that goes overlooked, and then they end up at OSU.
Because I tell you right now.
And you look at Brennan Presley. He's producing. You look at Jason Taylor. They're producing. Those are 2 guys that you're going to see on Sundays.
Go ahead now.
So, I mean, as an OU fan, I can always give OSU praise on the fact that they recruit in their backyard. I'm going to back this up because I don't want nobody to think I'm hating on Jordan. Hey, make sure you put the bus in it. Be backing up. Because what I'm saying, I think if you had Jordan at OSU, he's making those plays. I'd have to agree.
Because, I mean, look how he got hurt.
Yeah.
He got hurt tackling high, shoulder, trying to get the big hit. Anybody that's ever played at OU has always been a big hitter. It's not like nobody wraps up.
Yeah.
They need to take every one of them damn OU defensive players to the wrestling room and have them do 100 takedowns. Mm-hmm. Because none of them know how to tackle. Yeah. Man, I got so mad watching the game last Saturday. I got up and went to the bedroom and did something else. It's embarrassing, man. Yeah. It's embarrassing. Then Lincoln wants to get upset because they're kicking a field goal. But just 2 weeks ago, you did the same thing against K-State. Yeah. You tried to run the score up. But now you're going to get mad and pissy and all butthurt because guess what? They kicked the field goal on you.
What's on your mind, RT?
Hey, I'm just keeping it real, man. Talk to me.
But, I mean, and also on top of that, I was at the OSU game last week.
Well,
it was a pretty good environment. And my first time out there in Stilly, I mean, it was a good time. But, you know,
Barry Sanders.
Oh man, that was great! Like being able to see Barry. I mean,
did you get his autograph?
Greatest running back of all time, but
all time.
But
I don't know about that. Tony Dorsett was cold.
You said what?
Tony Dorsett was pretty good back in his day. Tony Dorsett and Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, you're biased, man. You're one of them Cowboys fans.
I'm a Cowboys fan. I mean,
and they're actually doing all right this year.
I'm almost about to become an OSU Cowboy fan. I mean, that's how sad
you should.
Yeah, but yeah, it was a fun time, great time. I mean, absolutely pummeled TCU.
Get your phone numbers?
Yeah. No, I didn't get my phone numbers.
You didn't get any phone numbers?
Nah.
Come on, Biggie. You didn't tell me you was going to keep it at 100?
I was just there enjoying the game, man.
Okay.
That's all that was. But, that being said, let's dive into
the
recap. 6A1. And I will say, I went 4 for 4 on my picks in 6A1.
Hey, Big E, we're going to give you some love. We're going to give you some love because he did pick Broken Arrow.
Yep.
He did. He picked. And I tell you, man, I didn't know that was father and son until, afterwards. And, we had Zoe on last week and he talked about, Mr. Blankenship being the best coach in high school football, all classes. And then when your son can go beat you, man, and I told you, man, I eat crow because I sat there and said, I don't think a kid that played corner can come play quarterback. And he played a little bit of both. I think they ran both quarterback system, a high scoring game. But I just tell you that, Broken Arrow, it's his first year. He kind of got him going at the right time. And that's all that matters. No matter what your record is at the beginning of the year is what your record is at the end of the year. And I got something for y'all tonight, man. It's really, really, really hot. It's hot. I'm telling you, man, it's going to shock the world.
Yeah.
It really is. It really is. Keep going, Big E.
So we got Mustang beating Edmond Santa Fe. Absolutely. I mean, it was a beatdown over there.
Santa Fe, it's crazy. They don't, a team that made it to the state last year don't even get to the second round. Hey, there's another team that did that too.
I was about to say that.
There's another team that did that, and that's what happens.
We'll get to them. Well, and then we got Broken Arrow versus Owasso. Very close game. Broken Arrow wins by a point, 40-41.
Wow.
So I mean, that's a heartbreaking.
That's a hard game. I mean, and, you know, now his son's gonna come over and eat his dad's turkey and get ready to play in the state championship because he beat his father. But hey,
know what? The dad gonna want his son to win, so they gonna sit down and they gonna come together and they gonna try to figure out a way to try to win it all.
Yeah, to beat Jinx. You think Jinx will get there? You think Mustang got enough to knock off Jinx? But Mustang's Cinderella right now, man.
They're rolling.
You can't take that from them, man. I mean, they're high. Yeah. And that's another Blankenship? Boy, we got Blankenship's all. He's a Blankenship. He's related to him. So another Blankenship. But we got Blankenships all in the tournament.
I guess.
Talk to me. What else we got?
We got Jinx at Northern North at Jinx last week. Jinx getting the win 41-14.
I lost that one because I picked Norman North. Mm-hmm. You know, I like picking those underdogs.
Yep. And then we got UConn at Union. UConn didn't have much of a chance.
No, hey, good job. You know,
I mean, good to them. Yeah.
You know, they got in, but guess what? You know, hey, like RT said, you got it late, but said it straight, or however you say it. But good job, UConn. Good luck to you next season. I think it gets tougher because next year you add Bixby to that punch of getting teams in. So we'll see how that goes.
All right, moving on to 6A2.
6A2.
You got Putnam City North at Bixby.
Well,
what did we expect?
Yeah, we don't even talk about that one.
I mean, that coach got fired.
Yeah,
poor guy. You know, I mean, it's just one of those days. You know, I mean, who's that? Invo?
Yeah. No, I think that's.
I was trying.
Monica? No, Brandy.
Brandy,
Monica.
Yeah, whoever.
Pago. Let me sing it, and I can figure it out.
I don't know.
I try to get on me.
You try. Little party. One of those days.
Yeah. I mean, Bixby wins by 71 points in a playoff game. 71 points they win.
You think they're gonna do that to everybody?
Averaging about 60 points.
You think they're gonna do that to everybody, Big E?
I really do.
You do?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think Bixby's gonna get to the finals.
Choctaw, I believed it.
I don't think Bixby get to the finals.
Yeah.
You say what?
I don't think Bixby get to the finals.
You're smoking.
No. I'm keeping it 100. I think Stillwater is going to bring a game and knock them. It's going to shock. I'm telling you. You thought there was some upsets left. Why do I do that? Because I'm just seeing the game. I'm seeing the game. I'm like seeing that? It. Yeah. And so I'm seeing the game.
What, you meditating?
I'm just saying because
Nostradamus of football right here, Tony Johnson.
There we go.
Talking about listen to this. The closest score that's been all year has been 42-14. Mm-hmm. And that's what Stillwater held them to.
Mm. So that's still what 20. They still beat them by 28 points. They still beat them by what 4 touchdowns.
Now their offense is clicking. Listen to me. Think about it. Offense starting to click. They found a little chemical to slow them down a little bit. Now they add a little bit of sprinkle more onto.
But just like their offense is clicking, so is Bixby's.
Yeah, but eventually you're going to have to run out of that solar power. It's going to happen.
It ain't going to be this year. It ain't gonna be this year. I'll tell you that much.
Hey, you heard it. You heard it straight.
I know you're trying to create your punchline, Tony.
No, you heard it straight. On this Friday morning, tonight, Stillwater up in Langston, the U knocks off Bixby. You heard it. If you don't believe me, call me, text me, whatever. I'm telling you. Just like that one guy owes me my $1,000. I'm telling you right now. He still ain't paid me. What should we do?
I don't know. That's between you and him, Tony.
And that's that standard.
Yeah.
Keep going. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Then we got Booker T at Stillwater. Stillwater.
How do you have that many D1 athletes in the secondary? And
I don't know.
It's coaching. It's coaching, man.
It's
coaching.
There's been other schools with a lot of D1 talent and
it's coaching.
Didn't do too well.
It's coaching. I mean, you know, and we'll get into some of these other schools because we're gonna keep going.
Yeah, and then we got Sand Springs at Del City, heartbreaker there. Heartbreaker.
Coach Jones, man. I tell you, man. But I'm gonna keep it real with you, real quick. Being at that game, the game started at 7:30. You're 30 minutes behind your schedule. It knocks, and I'm not making no excuses, but it knocks you off a little bit. Because think about it, man. You used to being taped. Okay, 5:30, 6 o'clock, we're going out. Okay, 6:25, we coming back together. 7 o'clock, 6:45, we're gonna go in. We're gonna come back out.
You can say the same from Sand Springs. Said it started 30 minutes late and they had to drive.
But you chilling on that bus.
Sometimes that's worse.
You chilling on that bus. You chilling. You get that nap in. You chilling.
You can chill and get that nap in the locker room.
when they came out, Sand Springs was out there dancing. They felt. Bobby Klink's a good coach. Have I not said that all?
You did.
I said Bobby Klink and Deer Creek are your sleepers. And I'm just telling you, you know why? Because at the end of the day, when you get a staff like that and you start watching film and you break it down, and I had to do that a little bit when with the little Jones team, you start seeing stuff like, oh, okay, I didn't know I had that. Sometimes you just kind of watch film to watch film, but when you start breaking it down and rewinding and going back, like, oh, okay, they giving me this. They saw something in the game. One thing that Del City didn't do, Sand Springs had a corner number 81. If anybody is wearing number 81 on defense, you take advantage of his ass. Excuse me. Boop, but you take advantage of him. The kid is playing 10 yards off. All you got to do is give it to one of your good receivers, 5-yard pop, catch, boom. Now we sitting at 2nd and 3. Now you can go Jason Smith, Ethan Lawrence, do your thing, give me 2 or 3 yards. Now when the sucker comes up on you and play tight, you hit him with a fake pop over the top. You got to utilize those. There's no way. And Jones, he know. He'll tell you. He said it on the show, I got out-coached. And it takes a real man to say that. Yeah. But you got to utilize what you got. That's like I told you. I played tight when I coached that game the other night because you start thinking, I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to do this. I don't want to fumble. I don't want to throw an interception. I don't want to turn the ball over there. Man, we missed 2 4th and 1s, didn't get them. And the other night, man, you know, this is like you said, heartbreaker. The difference of that game, Ethan goes a 53-yard touchdown. They take the lead, 17-14, right? Yeah. About 5 minutes left. Next play, they kick off. They kick an onside kick. He's supposed to kick it deep, but what happened? The play before when they had scored, he almost ran it back, so they freaked out. Yeah. The kicker freaked out. The special team coach freaked out. But the kid, number 14, had him tackled back there on the 10. He missed the tackles. Kid ended up getting about a 30-yard, 40-yard return. It happens, but you still got to kick the ball deep. Let your defense pin them deep. Yeah. Make them drive the field, but now they only got to drive half of the field. And that's what happened. This other night, he got tight. He got real tight. And you got to think, that team over there, they play on the other side of the state, so they're used to playing those top-notch games. Yeah. You know, they played a Bigsby this year. They played a Booker T. They played a Tata. They played some tough games. Yeah. You know, and not taking that from Del City, they had a hell of a year. But it just sucks to end that way at your home field, number 1 seed, because no one's going to remember you winning district. They're going to remember what? You got beat by Sand Springs. Yeah. You got beat by Sand Springs.
You know what?
Talk to me.
Coach Jones had a very successful year.
He had a hell of a year.
After the year before that, where they had a losing season, he comes back, first year as head coach and AD, put his staff together, moved some players around, and won district, as you said, first home game in a long time in the playoffs, and he got young players. And then, you know, they're moving down to 5A. So I believe Jones should keep his head up. He should have a lot to be proud of. He did a really good job. It was a tough loss, but he'll bounce back, man. He got it in him.
No. I truly believe everything you just said right there, RT. He'll bounce back. I mean, when we did the show, man, he's all grins and he's keeping it real. He's like, man, I got our coach, but you know what? I'm looking forward to next year.
You know what I like most about him?
What's that?
He takes ownership.
Yeah. He
no excuses.
He came out the next day and tweeted to his guys. Some coaches ain't even came out and said nothing. Did they service get cut off?
Yeah, it's been kind of quiet for a few of them.
Yeah, I mean,
but sometimes, you know, losing, some people just don't really respond well to that. It just ruins things. Where
why is that, RT? Why is that? Because this is funny you say that, right? Because, you know, we win the championship, right? Yeah. And so my kid was wrestling up in Colorado State, wherever that's at, that little small country town, about 3 hours away. He's wrestling. He's in the semifinals. So I missed the semifinals match. I missed his other couple matches. And so my brother didn't want to tell me he gets beat in the semifinals match by a kid at Oklahoma State. And so I was like, I look at my phone and said, oh, Gabe got beat. Part of me's mad as hell. Yeah. Part of me, I just won a championship. Right. The other part of me's like, I'm going to call and ask him what happened. Yeah. That's the father in me. Right. So losing is tough. You do take it. So when I call, I say, hey, what happened, G? Oh, man, you know, it was a good scramble, blah, blah, blah. He beat me. I came back. This kid's going to start. This kid's a Fargo champion. And think about it. My kid is really just getting to wrestling full time because he played high school football.
Right.
He's redshirting, so he's up a weight now, and he's learning what's going on. So he's becoming a better wrestler. But to get beat by a kid, in that tournament, and he lose 6-4, and then that kid goes out in the finals and dominates his teammate 11-1, and the Gabe beats another kid out of Arkansas State, 3-2. It just shows me, man, you're growing and you're becoming a man, you're becoming better. Everybody wants their kid to be a winner. I mean, believe me. But you lose some, you win some. Even like that with my baby girl. I want her to win every basketball game. Are we going to? No one's ever going. That's why I told you about Bigsby. Upset. Call it. You heard it first.
I don't think.
What else we got, Big E? Big E ain't trying to get on his team over there. He's trying to avoid it, huh?
I ain't trying to avoid nothing.
Here we go.
Deer Creek at Choctaw.
Woo!
Deer Creek wins 36-29.
36-29.
I didn't see that coming, man. That hurt too because I wanted to see Choctaw. And
I think everybody did. I think everybody was looking towards that game and not worrying about this game. You got to take care of business this game before you go get the next game. But watching that Choctaw game, because I'm watching Del City and me and my brothers watching Choctaw, on my phone, and we're watching Del City and we go to here,
right?
And you sit there and you're watching that game, right? And first play, boom, Deshaun Brown gets a scoop and scores. I think you even text me, hey, Deshaun comes out, scoop, scores. So I'm like, man, it's gonna be a long night for Deer Creek. Yeah. It's gonna be a long night. Next thing you know, Deer Creek, boop, 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 score, ties it up 8-8. It goes back and forth. But at the end of the game, you saw who won the ball game.
Yeah.
The team that was more disciplined.
Yeah.
And that's just keeping it real, because at the end of the day, you got to be disciplined. You can't get the personal fouls. You can't jump off sides. You can't do the little things. I think your coach even got a personal foul. You can't do those things and think you're going to beat a good team. Because I'm going to tell you what Deer Creek did, and it shocked everybody. They put that big Sexton kid on that D-line, and he could be the best D-lineman in the state. I know everybody talk about Deshaun Brown, but that Sexton kid could be I know he's probably going to start at OU on the offensive line, but hey, he was manhandling kids on that D-line. And I'm telling you, Deer Creek played as a team, man. I mean, they didn't turn the ball over. They did all the right things. They threw the ball away when they needed to be thrown away. They punted the ball when they needed to be punted. Sometimes you got to get out of your arrogance and go play football. Do the right things. Punt when it needs to be punted. Kick the field goal when it needs to be kicked. And do the right things, because at the end of the day, you went from having this team that was in the state last year to not even getting out of the first round. Yep. And this team was supposed to be the best team you had with everybody coming back.
That may be more heartbreaking than what Coach Jones was.
No, because Jones, I mean, and not saying
Jones came from a losing season and turned it around into a winning season. And then you have the Choctaw that was in the championship, was the team that played Bixby the closest last year.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Twice, right?
Yes,
Twice.
Sir.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know.
It is disappointing for sure. But I mean, you look at it. I mean, I gotta be honest. That Choctaw got out coached in that game. Deer Creek was more disciplined. And then you talked about that coach on the personal foul. That was on Deer Creek. That was the Deer Creek coach. That got that
my fault. Hey, correct me. Hey, I'm okay with that.
But yeah, and then I mean, it was hard for me to watch even because Deshaun gets that touchdown. I think it's gonna be a long game.
Right, it's over. This is it.
But Deer Creek didn't bend. They didn't break. They came right back. They tied the game up. It was going back and forth for a little bit, and then I don't know what happened at the end, but. I mean,
I just felt like Deer Creek, and I tell people this all the time. I even told Jones this. Anytime you let the underdog stay in the game, he's gonna bite you.
So let me ask you this:
talk to me. Keep it 100.
Last year's team compared to this year's team, they did lose a lot in the secondary, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But then they picked up a few kind of transferred in too, right?
Yeah.
Do you think they get any players to come next year, or
I'm sure they do.
Who's the players they got coming up that will help them next year? Because when Bixby go up. And then a few teams go down.
Man, but
it's really set up for them.
I think Choctaw. I mean, as far as the secondary go, I don't really know, but I know you still have Steele Wassel coming back.
Yeah.
You still have Latrell coming back. You still have RJ coming back. You're losing a lot of guys on the O line, so I don't know what's going to happen there. Things are going to get shaken up.
Yeah, but you still had Latrell and RJ this year. I will give it to Steele though, man. I mean, me and my brother both said that kid, man. I don't know if you can tackle him in a phone booth, man. He's kind of like Preston, man. He man.
Throw it downfield,
man. The kid is special, and I don't know when he'll go to college, and I don't. It's funny because he kind of reminds you a little bit Donovan McNabb back in the day when he played at Syracuse. You know, you look at him, man, but you know, I know you said he got guys coming back.
I got one for y'all though. Not to cut you off, Tony. No. You get a stud like him with one more year left. Mm-hmm. He passed the eyeball test as far as D1 size. Mm-hmm. He got the speed and wiggle and can throw the ball downfield. And he has constantly been chasing this gold ball. Just like any school.
You think he'll move?
That brings in other players. There may be a few coaches trying to pull at him saying, hey, let me get you that championship your senior year.
No, you're right. That's what I was going to say. Are they going to get that championship? I mean, I know everybody's like, well
I think it definitely gets easier for Choctaw next year.
No, it does.
No, it don't, because you time out.
You still got Deer Creek.
You still got Deer Creek, and you got Sandspring.
Deer Creek is fixed to become Bigsby. You know why? You can go get a kid from Piedmont. You can go get a kid from Edmond. You can go get a kid from PC. PC North just lost their coach. Think about it, and I'm keeping it 100. Think about Deer Creek's players the other night. All their skill players was in the right position. Mm-hmm. They had them at corner. Yeah. They had them at safety. They had them at running back. Had them at receiver. And I'm just keeping it real because this is what we do here. Right. But I'm just saying they had all the African American kids in the right position. Guess what? And I told Jones this, and I'm keeping it real. I love having big white linemen. You know why? They go deer hunting. When it gets cold, they take them sleeves off. They used to be in that 29 degrees, 22 degrees. Brothers, man, I tell you right now, I don't like the cold. And I'm a big teddy bear myself. I'm just keeping it real. But I'm just saying, you get Deer Creek, it's going to be the one that's going to take over the show, baby, because who you got? Who's in their way? That coach, what's his name?
Choctaw's in their way.
No, E.
Choctaw's in their way.
No.
Choctaw's in Deer Creek's way.
Are you drunk? Are you drunk?
No.
They just beat them at their home field.
I get that, but you talk
with more talent. Like
Choctaw's returning.
I mean that Choctaw has more talent this year than what they will have returning next year, right?
You lose your whole offensive line. You losing McConnell. You losing Chip. You losing Big Country. You losing some dogs that's been there.
But isn't that open transfer thing? Is that a thing next year?
Man, but time out.
I thought you said something about
it. Time out. Who you gonna cherry pick? Wait. We getting hot in here. We about to turn the fireplace up. All right. Who they gonna steal from? They're not gonna leave Carl Albert. Why would you leave Carl Albert?
Kids done it before.
Why would you leave Carl Albert?
I don't know.
Who's left? The kids that left Carl Albert, I guarantee they wish they were still there now because they're playing another.
I'd have to agree.
They're playing another week.
I'd have to agree.
I'm just keeping it real with you. The kids that left Carl Albert,
Midwest City.
Okay, but what does Midwest City got, man? I mean, you ain't gonna go steal. You already would take a couple guys.
You can probably get.
You ain't gonna get nobody from Dell City. You ain't gonna get nobody from Dell City.
So?
No. You gonna get 9 different helmets. You ain't gonna get nobody from Dell City.
Dell City's dropping down to 5A.
5A.
I think 5A is gonna be tough next year.
It is gonna be tough.
It's gonna be tough.
You got a chance to have all 3 Middale schools in the semifinals.
And I tell you, Guthrie ain't gonna fall off. Bishop, that's another thing. Who you gonna go get kids from? I mean,
wait a minute. Let's slow it down. Why do we always got to go get kids? Coach, the ones that you got.
I agree. I think you should 100%. Homegrown kids are where it's at. You saw Tony do it this weekend. Homegrown kids.
Right. Homegrown, baby.
Carl Albert.
You're not gonna go get nobody from
homegrown kids. I mean, you had somebody move over, but
why? Why move over?
Hey, I'm fired up now. You know why? I'm gonna tell you because I said this on the Jones show. I said, when you live in Middale and you with a military base and you with the government,
right?
You're gonna do your research. My parents are military, so we was to fly in Oklahoma, and I'm flying in Oklahoma, and I'm fixing to start my kids' career here.
Right.
I'm gonna do my research. Do I send them to? Especially because your first 2 schools are gonna be Carl Albert, Midwest City, because it's by the Air Force Base.
Right.
And so you ask people, "Where do I send my kid?" Send them to Carl Albert. Mm-hmm. You know, and people are scared of Dell City because, I mean, even Jones said he wished he can get more white kids to come out for football. And I tell you this now, this is real talk. If Jones had, this is real, put Steele at Dell City. What are they?
That's scary.
That is scary.
That's scary.
Put Steele with them athletes, them receivers.
Yeah.
I mean, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, let's even go backwards. Put Richie.
Reed, sorry.
Over at Dell City. Yeah. I mean, his throwing is probably not as good as Steele, but still a good athlete. Because one thing that they hurt on, as you saw in the playoffs, they caught out with him. Virgil couldn't throw the football that well. Yeah. He just couldn't. He wasn't a thrower. He's a runner. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what he is. Yeah. 20 years ago, he's a hell of an option quarterback. But now the game has changed so much that it is the throwing. You got to throw the football. Deer Creek, they threw the ball the other night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They threw it well.
And RT's right, though. I mean, hey, you never know. Some people might come after that kid because he wants to go ball. I mean, you think he can get one next year?
I think
Deer Creek's in the way.
I thought about it. I thought maybe they had, the better chance. But after them losing in the first round and they're losing, like you said, the line, and that's where the championship.
And you lose all your D line
in the trenches.
You lose your whole D line. You lose, Brown. You lose number 44. You lose Juice. Yeah. I mean, you lose your linebacker core. Ethan's a 3-year starter. Yeah. I mean, you're losing Bo.
A lot of experience.
You're losing Bo back there in the secondary. You're losing CJ back to the secondary. I mean, you're losing some kids. And granted, they did blow some people out. Some kids got experience, but you open the first game up against who? Them Eagles.
Yeah, Bill City.
I mean, then you got Westmore.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, you're not going to Texas. You're not playing a Louisiana team with 14 kids. You're playing some teams with some players.
That was a Virginia team, I think.
Okay, yeah. Virginia, whatever it was. They had 17 kids. I'm sorry. Yeah. 3 of them got sick on the bus. So they. Yeah. But what I'm saying is that you it's going to get tougher next year. Because I know you're like, well, Deer Creek's in a way. I think Deer Creek's going to be good. PC North's still going to be good. You can't count Lawton out.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You can't. I mean.
What about Stillwater?
Stillwater, that's what I'm saying. We didn't even talk about Stillwater.
Yeah.
And Stillwater.
Unfortunately, it's not looking good.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Somebody gonna steal. That's the headlines.
Don't be doing that, man. Hey, RT, don't get stuff started, man. But hey, I'm just telling you right now, though, man, it's gonna.
I think Steele stays around though. Like,
I'm not saying don't get rumors started.
He's came up through Choctaw. Like he's a Choctaw kid through and through.
I hope he does, because let's talk about that for a second.
Talk to me.
The grass isn't always greener on the other side.
Nope.
And in life, you cannot just always get up and move. And, I feel for some of these kids who may have made the decision at all schools.
But why do you make that decision, RT? Why?
This is why. I feel like the parents are dropping the ball on that fumble, because they're allowing kids to make decisions based on emotions, and they're not being real with their kids.
Yeah.
A lot of kids are chasing this whole D1 hype.
Man, it's hard to go D1.
Be real with your kids.
Be real.
Or be real with yourself. Do your research. Perfect example. If your kid wanted to be like, let's say, a quarterback at the next level, or a DB, running back, or whatever, tell your kid to go find the top 5 schools that they would like to get their degree in, not play ball, because it's all about the degree.
Yes, sir.
Then look at the players that's in their position, look at their height, their weight, and where they come from and what they've done, and see if you can even stack up to that just standing next to them. That right there will be a big eye-opener to where you be like, wait a minute, maybe I'm not as good as I thought I was, or maybe I don't have the size needed to play D1. So I said all of that to say this. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's all about getting that degree in the education, because chances are most kids are not making it to the NFL. And even if you do make it D1, a lot of times you're basically a great scout player, special teams player. You don't really get on the field. So whatever's out there, take what you can get and what's better for you and your family.
Get your education. I had to swallow that pill that my kids wasn't D1, and that's a tough pill to swallow. But hey, at the end of the day, God has a plan. You don't know what the plan is, right. But I tell you, my kid he's having fun. We get to talk he's 30 minutes away, but we get to talk every night. Me and Deshaun comes over here every Saturday. He's doing good. He's over at Tinker now, making good money. But he comes over. Either he cooks for us or we cook for him. And I tell you, and it's good breakfast too. Hot cakes. RT. We throw that.
Day, I'm about to come get some of that good cooking. But
what I'm saying is that sometimes it don't all work out, man. And I think as parents, we get caught up like, oh, my baby gonna go D1. Yep. You come over to this blinded. School. We're gonna send you here. Man, it's all car salesman. All car salesmen. Because I'm telling you, you're talking about stealing kids or getting kids. I guarantee some of these parents that did leave are sitting back and like, why did I leave? I mean, I didn't get no farther if I would have stayed here, if I would have stayed there. Because kids, they pack up and leave. We was almost those people that packed up and left. I understand that, because you want the best. You want to go ball. You want that ring. But sometimes you don't get a ring. And I tell you, this is the most important thing. We talk about Bigsby getting, every year in, year out.
Right.
Getting to the state championship. That's special, because you can't do it. Santa Fe was there last year. They're out. Choctaw was there last year. They're out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You look at Dell City. Oh shoot, they run through. You know, they had some tough games, but you're like, man, they're gonna make it to the championship. They're gonna get there. They're gonna play Bigsby. Guess what? They get out of the first round, get beat by Team Sand Spring. They lost 3 games this year. It just tells you playoffs is it's a new season. Things start over. You know, did both teams win? Was Sand Spring the better team than Dell City? No. Was Deer Creek the better team than Choctaw? No. But you know what? When you turn the ball over and you get penalties and you shoot yourself in the foot, and it's 1st and 10 now, it's 1st and 38, 1st and 40, you're hurting yourself. But what does that start at? It starts at the what? It starts at the top.
Yeah.
It starts at the top. Me coaching the team, if my team loses, me. If we do better on this show, it's me. Because it starts with me. It starts with the team. If you're the coach of that team, it starts with you. You got to fix those problems. You can't be having the same problem in week 11.
You can't.
You can't.
And I don't want to sound biased or continue to talk about Carl Albert, but for them to graduate 21 seniors.
21?
21 seniors last year of the most winningest class ever in that Carl Albert history. And then you have several key players that were probably going to start to transfer out.
And one of them is a leading tackle in the state.
That's now sitting at home. They continue to develop the kids that they have there, did not miss a beat. So no matter how the season ends, those guys are always going to be champions, man.
Yes, sir.
They don't change up.
No, they don't.
Continue to do the same thing.
I mean, even though adding Coach Don to them, it's the same. Everybody's still riding the bike the same. Nobody skipped a beat on that bike. Coach Don, all he did is add a little bit of funk with the Twitter to it because those guys was tweeting. All he does is do the tweet now.
He also, one good thing that he did.
He got kids to come out.
He started building relationships with kids who had potential and basically gave them the confidence needed to step on the football field, and it has really worked for them.
Yeah. I mean, that one kid's balling out, Xavier.
Which one?
The receiver? Is it Smith?
Xavier XT. That's the he does it all, but I thought you was talking about Xavier Robinson, the sophomore, the running back.
No, he's been balling out too. But what's the guy that plays DB and
is that number 17?
Number 17.
Yeah, Xavier Thomas.
Hey, that kid's been balling out. I mean, that's all you heard. I mean, and I tell you, they're gonna have a tough game tonight, but they're gonna find a way. I'm telling you what those guys did. They ordered a bunch of sub sandwiches. And they got together in that coach's office and they put a game plan together. That's when the coaching comes in right here.
Yep.
It's you got to put. It's like us. We send an agenda to each other and say, hey, this is what we're going to talk about. I mean, some of the stuff, we freestyle from the head, but we also got topics and ball points that we need to talk about. But hey, let's keep moving because everybody gonna be mad because they're gonna think I'm being a hater. But I'm not being a hater. I'm just keeping it real, and that's what any other sports show would do is keep it real. You're doing.
And some of these grown men or whomever, they need to quit being so butthurt because facts is facts, truth is truth. Absolutely. I mean, just like you need to be a better example for your kids that you're coaching.
Yes, sir.
Because if you're throwing fits and making excuses, it's only going to roll downhill.
Yeah.
And they're a sponge. They soaking that up. So, you take it on the chin, go back to the drawing board, develop what you got, and get better.
I mean, I know EA got kids, but I know me and you do. But I've always been taught. I remember my mama was that type mama, and our mamas both know each other. And I remember back in the day, I don't know about TG&Y, but I remember one day walking TG&Y, she said, "Don't ask for nothing. You ask for something, I'll slap you." Mama,
quick.
But you get some of these moms, but don't ask for that. I'm gonna put you in timeout. Yeah. Stop that, Johnny. We're gonna put you in timeout.
They get in there and start screaming.
Yeah, screaming and kick. It starts from the top.
Yeah.
If you ain't controlling it, they're gonna act the fool. If you let them act the fool, they're gonna keep acting the fool.
Yeah.
It's like I told my baby girl the other day, you don't wash no dishes, you don't take out no trash. You better get busy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The other ones did it. What makes you so special? Because you my baby. Yeah. You better get busy. Let's move on.
All right.
I know I got some people pissed off, but hey, we keeping it 100.
All right. Moving on, 5A. You got Noble versus Guthrie. Guthrie gets the win 40-0.
Man, hey, Guthrie scares me.
Yeah.
Hey,
they got one loss.
Yeah.
One loss, and that's the CA. And that game could have went either way. You had a little Reed magic.
Reed magic.
That's all you had. Hey, I like it because Reed's still the playoff. Some people sitting at home. Reed said, hey, I'm still playing. Yeah. I'm not sitting at home. I got one more week. I take Kawita. I'm on the way to the semifinals.
All right. Moving on to Bishop McGuinness at Ardmore.
Did they get all their players back? Because I'm just telling you, that game right there just really shocked me.
Yeah.
It shocked me.
56-21.
I mean, that's some points.
Yeah.
Hey, that's some points. I'm still trying to get Tappy on the show. Hey, he must be just too good for me. Boy, you better get on this show. That's Luke. He had fun on this show.
Yeah, and then you got Bishop Kelly at Pryor. Pryor gets the win 21-6. And then Sapulpa at McAllister. McAllister gets the win 48-14. And then Shawnee at Collinsville. Collinsville wins 60-14. And then this game kind of shocked me. Piedmont at Lawton Mac. Lawton Mac gets a win, but
it was at the end.
It was a game, 14-10. Very close game there.
That's what it's all about, Big E. That's what you're sitting there, man. You're in your hands, and everybody's clapping and screaming, man. And that's what it's all about, right there. Yeah. Is that right there?
Yeah. And then you got El Reno at Carl Albert. Carl Albert gets the win 42-7.
Yeah, they just played with those boys.
Yeah.
They just played with El Reno.
You know what I liked about that game?
What's that?
Xavier Robinson really had an opportunity to touch the ball a lot more. He showed what he's about. He's the up-and-coming running back there. He's only a sophomore, 2 more years.
Yeah.
He's about 225. Got some wheels on him, a little wiggle to him. He can go.
Yeah.
You know, I know at first, we talk about Colorado, for a hot second. We talk about them all day. I don't care. This is our show. We do what we want. You know, but Colorado's the only team that we got left besides Jones on this side. Bethel get knocked off, and Harry get knocked off, and Choctaw and Del City, Mill City, poor guys didn't make it. But the thing about what Colorado, everybody was talking about Reed can't throw the ball, Reed can't do this, Reed can't do it. But each week Reed goes out and he shuts people up because there's a lot of Reed haters because people don't want to see other kids do good. I want to see every kid do good. Yeah. Like I said. People are like, well, you hate on Choctaw, but we give Still love too, because Still is special. I'm not gonna tell you, the kid got some wiggle, he got some wag. He must get that from Miss Jill, because Ronnie, I don't know if you got them kind of skills, but Jill, I'm gonna give it to the mama, because a lot of times they say the mama got all the skills, but I'm just telling you, the kid do got some skills. But back to Reed though, every week he shuts people down because he's showing you every week. The kid's only played 11 games as a varsity quarterback. Now give that kid start as a freshman. Start as a sophomore. What would he be like now as a junior? Man, he might be getting talked about like, hey, this kid can go, because he still ain't got all the quarterback, in him yet. There's still things that he ain't learned. Even his running.
What I like about him?
Yes, sir. Talk to me.
He wants to learn.
He wants to learn.
He takes it
in. Yeah,
he takes it all. Even when they're in battles, and some of the players is like upset because you got to remember. In the last 5 years, Colorado only lost 3 games. Yeah. So it's to start the year out and you lose 2 right away.
2 games. Everybody's like, I'm throwing in the towel.
You're in a dogfight.
Yeah.
He's new to the school. He's looking at everybody else like, I should be, leaning on you guys. He didn't take that role. No. Yeah. He stepped up as a leader.
I like that, RT.
And kept going and shaking it off. And he stayed in it. I was like, man, he actually plays better in a dogfight than a game that we're supposed to just blow out people.
Yeah. Because that's what
and you said it starts at the top.
Starts at the top.
That started at home.
At home.
Yeah.
At home. You're right. Yeah. You're right. You got to be humble, man, because that's one thing about it, man. I would text his dad. We might put something on him on Twitter. Like, man, tell your boy to retweet. He ain't all about that, man. He ain't about posting his numbers. He ain't about telling what he threw for. His daddy's not about that. And sometimes it's all about the show. I post my daughter. You know why I post my daughter? Because I felt like my other 2 kids didn't get the same things that I didn't know about Twitter then.
Yeah.
I know about Twitter. You gonna see Zoe when she get in high school. You gonna be like, Tony, quit posting about her because that's my baby. But I'm gonna promote her. But I'm saying sometimes good promotion is good. Sometimes just don't promote just to say, oh, my kid did this. Oh, my daughter did this, or my baby did that. You don't see Richie. I haven't seen Richie tweet one time.
Yeah.
Nah.
He gonna let his kid go out there and do the talking.
Yeah.
And so when they knock off Quita, guess what? That's one more notch in his belt. He's getting ready for Collinsville. Keep it, baby. Keep it. Keep doing your thing. Who y'all got after that?
Well, first, we not looking past anyone.
I said after you pass court.
We're not looking past anyone.
Okay,
and
okay,
the coaches,
my fault.
Hey, the coaches is not looking past anyone either. They've been turning it up lately. And in addition to that, it's the winner at, I think, McGinnis. In Collinsville.
That's what I said. I'm sorry.
I think McGinnis will get Collinsville.
You think McGinnis will get him?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, we heard it straight. We heard it here. Talk to me, Biggie.
And then we got last game of 5A. You got Tahlequah, Coweta. Coweta gets the win 42-14. So they continue their hot streak. They've been doing their thing.
Mason did his thing.
Yeah.
He did his thing. I mean, we probably should have had him on the show and talked a little bit. Had a little bit of Coweta and Colorado magic going on. Him and RT could have went at it.
Yeah.
That's all right. They'll take care of business tomorrow on the field.
Yeah. And then moving on to 4A, you got Blanchard at Bethany. Blanchard barely pulls out the win, 24 to 21.
Wow.
Close game in Bethany. And then you got Hilldale at Wagner. Wagner barely pulling out the win, 37-35. You're going to see with these 4A games, there's quite a few close ones. And then you got Fort Gibson at Grove. Grove gets the win, 42-35, another one-possession game. We have a blowout here. Catoosa at Poto. Poto gets the win, 56-14. Then you got Newcastle at Tuttle.
That's what Gabe was at, Poto.
Poto? Oh, okay. And then you got Newcastle at Tuttle. Tuttle gets the win, 34-3. And then you got Hera at Clinton. Clinton gets the win, 41-14. Sorry.
Great job this year, Coach Blink.
Shout out to Hera. I mean,
great job, Coach
They
Blink.
earned their spot in the playoff. I don't know when the last. I think 2015 is when they got there. I mean, there's something brewing over there in Hera, Oklahoma. I mean, Coach Bleak got things going good over there. I went out to that game and the energy on the sideline, the energy in the stands. I mean, you can tell it's a different feeling out there in Hera. So I'm excited to see what they're going to be able to do.
No, definitely. You got to get them back on the show.
Yeah, for sure.
I went over and saw him on Saturday. I went and saw him on Monday. He let me use his headsets. Good shout out.
He's just cool.
And I mean, that's cool like that. He texted me Friday night. Tony, man, they were charged, and Coach Jones was going to let me use his again. He said, Tony, they charged. And I mean, think about it. He's let me use his headsets to Coach Jones.
Yeah.
Right.
Not Hera, but I'm coaching Jones.
Not only that, he took time out of his schedule to come and do a show.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's cool right there.
I tell you,
he's all about promoting his kids. And what I love seeing now, I'm going on Twitter and I'm a Hera fan now. I mean, I really am.
Okay.
And I
might
see
need
their
to go
kids
get that
getting
show
offers.
then. You need to go get that Hera Panther show, Big E. Big E and Coach Blink show.
You need to get a helmet.
Yeah, we got to get a helmet.
For sure. I'll try to get something worked out for that next season. But, you're seeing Hera kids get recruited. I think I saw 2 or 3 different Hera kids.
They're on some visit.
Get some offers.
That's good, though. That's good. And they from Hera, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's good stuff. But what RT?
All right, what did I say?
Jab. Go ahead.
And then you got Bristow at Broken Bow. Bristow gets the win, 55-6 blowout win there. And then you got Elk City at Cushing.
That hurt me. I had Cushing going to the state championship, and I tell you, they only had one loss this year. And I just tell you, man, it's playoffs, man. Yeah. And make sure you put that clip in there. Playoffs.
Yeah.
Got to put that clip in there, Biggie. Playoffs, because I'm telling you, you're going to have some more upsets this week because it's just where it's at, man. I mean, everybody's bringing their A game. You get kids healthy. You get kids coming back from COVID. You got kids that was banged up. Now they're back. You're starting to figure out now that you got all this film. Because, when you play week 1, week 2, you only have a couple weeks, or you might not have last year film. Now you got every film that they played this year. So now you can sit down and break it down. And it's like I said, I mean, some of these coaches, man, they're in these office all day. Carl Albert, they're in there all. I mean, I'm telling you right now.
I don't think they go home.
Yeah. I mean, I told somebody the other day, I couldn't coach. I just couldn't do it,
committed.
Man. You got to be committed.
They have so many championships.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got to be committed, man. If you ain't committed and knowing where I am sitting in the chair, I'm going to fall asleep. So I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Moving on to 3A. You got Pauls Valley at Heritage Hall. Heritage Hall gets the win 59-20.
State champion.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Lone Grove at Perkins. Perkins gets the win 41-7. Then you got Holland Hall at Shakota at Holland Hall. Holland Hall gets the win 62-0. Then you got Lincoln Christian. Oh, by the way, Holland Hall is my favorite to win 3A. Okay. So I'll say that.
Oh, Heritage Hall?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. And then you got Veneta at Lincoln Christian. Lincoln Christian gets the win 56-6.
You know what we need to do, guys?
What's that?
We need to take this show on the road.
Where are we going?
We need to take this to like a Logan's or a steakhouse.
Yeah.
And shoot from there.
Okay.
And why people watch us eat our steaks or a chicken sandwich where we decide to order, and it'll be on me.
Okay.
From that stock and shelf money.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
And I want to do that. I want to take you guys to dinner. That'd be my gift. We can't do it for Thanksgiving, so we can do it. It'd be my Christmas gift to you guys for keeping this show 100. But I think it'd be good for us to go shoot out in public and let people see what we bring in, this energy
Invite
that we bring.
We may interview somebody.
Interview somebody. And that's what it's all about, though, because I'm telling you, I got those, those little mics we can hook up and go.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, I think we need to do that.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Because I something I thought about the other night, I know we're getting off the topic, but one thing that I'm going to do, and I'm going to push, and I might have said this to you, RT, is that we're going to all go get one sponsor.
Yeah.
We're going to get one sponsor, and we're going to run their ads, and we're going to turn this up a notch. Because I see OK Prep trying to do something. I see Cameron Jordan trying to do something. But I'm just telling you.
What you telling them, Tony?
If you're coming, we're going to come 2 steps. Like my mom and daddy used to tell me, I'm always going to be 2 steps ahead of you.
Yeah.
2. Because some of the stuff that we talk about, I see people trying to steal our little catches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Take our little stuff and do it.
Well, that means you're just doing something right.
I'm just doing something right because, we keeping it 100, man. People don't like to hear the negative. They want to hear nothing but positive, but you got to talk about the negative, too. I'm talking about my Bombers like a dog. We got to get that turnaround over there. We got to.
Yeah.
And I told Coach Andy that, Mr. Director, whatever he is.
Athletic
Director. Andy, get it fixed.
He got it. I mean, think about it.
I mean, but you got 3.
But think about it. He got 3 teams in 5A. All different districts. That's a smart move. He playing. No,
it's a great move. He chesting it up. It up. But I wish one of them would have stayed 6A small though.
Yeah,
they'll be back.
Mississippi be the first one.
Yeah, they'll be back. And then still going in with 3A. You got Verdigris at Seminole. Verdigris gets the win, 41-33.
Man, I picked Seminole now.
Yeah, and then you got Anadarko at Sulphur. Sulphur gets the win.
Sulphur, we picked the Sulphur.
Yep, 17-14. And then the last game, you got Stigler at Berry Hill. I think we all picked Stigler on this one.
Yes.
But Berry Hill gets the win 28-6.
Hey, Berry Hill balling.
Yeah. Moving on to 2A. Jones gets the win at Luther.
Coach Martin, we love you, baby. Thanks for letting me be part of your program. But your season ends tonight. Washington is just too tough.
All right. And then you got Alva at Crossings Christian. Crossings Christian gets the win 48-22. Kiefer at Rejoice Christian. Rejoice Christian gets the win 61-30. Keys at Eufaula. Eufaula wins 42-14. Purcell Marlow wins 63-20. Hugo Cassia Hall wins 55-6. Comanche at Washington. Washington wins 55-20. I think they're the favorite to win 2A.
Who's that?
Washington.
Yes.
And then you got Davis at Community Christian. Community Christian gets the win 54-33. Then Bethel at Lindsay. Lindsay gets the win 26-21.
That's a shocker. That's an upset.
Yeah.
But they were. It's weird because Bethel, I think, had a better record, but they had to go to Lindsay and play them.
Yeah.
Coach Ginn has done a great job. He's turned that program around. He's got the whole atmosphere. He's kind of like Coach Blink. Those guys are doing big things. They don't have the big time names and kids out there, but what they're doing out there, they're coaching the kids they have, and that's what it shows a real coach. If you can coach what you got and make them become, because everybody, it's like dating an ugly girl. She might be a duck, but you can turn her into a swan.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? And what he's doing with his players, they might not be.
I don't know if I'm picking up what you're putting down, Tony.
Yeah,
man, you got.
That's just. I mean, I get what you're saying, but that's just a weird analogy.
How's that weird, man? I'm just saying you can have a duck, but you can turn it into a swan. Make sure you put a swan.
You build up their confidence.
You build it up, man.
Okay.
You make them.
Okay. Now it's clicking.
You make them, because think about it, man. Just think about it. Just really think about it. Your senior year. I mean, you wasn't the greatest, but you gave everything you had, right? Everything you had. You knew you was gonna play that U.S. grade game. You was fired up. We came and supported you. You did your thing. But think about it. That game, you knew that game you was gonna play. But think about if they brought somebody else in and played that game in front of you. How's it gonna make you feel?
I'm gonna be pretty upset.
And you've been here this whole time.
Yeah.
And I think that's what and it happens day in, day out. It happens in college. It happens in high school.
Real life.
It's life. It's like you think you're gonna get this big promotion,
man, but
then somebody else get it.
Yeah.
But you got to feel. But like I said, everything happens for a reason. So I just think that sometimes it's like, and what Coach Blink and Coach Ginn is doing, they're not giving. There are not a lot of kids moving to Bethel.
Right. Yeah.
Not a bunch of kids. I mean, Harris starting to get, they got some nice homes, but Bethel's not a place that he's in between a little bit of everybody. It's kind of like that Little Axe job, Coach Philborn, man. It's a tough job, Yeah. He's getting the head coach experience, but is that a really good job? You're never going to win out there. I mean, we all know that, but he's doing his best what he got. But I'm just saying, sometimes you got to take what you got and go win what you got, instead of saying, hey, I'm going to go get – because sometimes you might go get 5 all-stars or 5 3-stars, but it all don't gel together, though. Yeah, they don't work out because everybody wants the ball, everybody wants this, everybody wants the limelight. And so, if you got too many stars, guess what? The light's going to go out.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you got Perry at Chandler. Chandler gets the win, 41-13. Atoka at Vian. Vian wins 61-0. You got Sequoia at Beggs. Beggs wins 50-20. Adair at Victory Christian. Victory Christian wins 56-6. Pecola at Antlers. Antlers gets the win. Prague at OCS. OCS gets the win. And Metro Christian at Sperry. Metro Christian gets the win.
Yes, sir.
And that's all for 2A. So, all that being said,
tonight's game.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a quick break.
We'll come back after.
Let's take a quick break after one of our what?
After one of our sponsors.
Keep it 100 what?
Oklahoma High School Sports.
Right back.
Man, Dad, all this crazy weather has gotten our roof and gutters all messed up.
Good thing we know some guys over at Rain Down Roofing and Gutters. They can inspect and repair your roof and gutters and get in contact with your insurance company in 72 hours or less.
Call Jay Hunt at Rain Down Roofing and Gutters at 405-473-0674. No job is too big or too small for Rain Down Roofing and Gutters.
Welcome back to Keeping It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports. Let's talk about tonight's games, matchups. Round 2 of the playoffs.
Round 2.
You got 6A, you got semifinals, and then you still got quarterfinals and quarterfinal. I don't know what you call it beyond that, but
you got when you get
farther down, when you get into like 2A,
yes,
Class A, stuff like that.
I love it.
But starting off with 6A1. Man, this is honestly a tough one to pick for me. Jinx at Mustang, or there it's neutral field. Neutral location.
I tell you this though, Jinx was there last year, and I didn't see them winning it. I had Santa Fe winning it. And I tell you right now, I think Mustang is so hot. It's hotter than chicken grease right now at KFC. So I'm gonna go with Mustang. I think they're gonna keep it rolling.
I'm kind of leaning toward that way too. I'm kind of leaning toward Mustang.
I gotta go with Jinx. They as hot as fish grease. That's
fish grease. I mean, whatever you want to call it, RT. But I'm saying Mustang has found the kryptonite that knocks some of these teams off on the other side of the state, and they're gonna keep doing it. So Blankenship, do your thing. Maybe you'll meet up with your relative with Broken Arrow, but I'm taking Mustang over the Jinx Trojan.
All right, and then we got Broken Arrow at Union. I picked the upset last week, but
Union.
I think this is where Broken Arrow. This is where their season ends. I think Union gets the win, and then you see Mustang versus Union State Championship.
Yes, sir. There you go, Biggie. Let's go.
All right.
My fault. Got the
Mustang
mic.
is the only team left in the West.
Yep. So hey, we got to roll with Mustang, man.
It's been
7 years since they've been there. So,
but I mean, it's been a long time since a team on the West.
Hey, Andy Collier. Hey, Andy Collier was the last quarterback that won state on this side of the state. Andy Collier. So make sure we put his picture up when we talk about this. Andy Collier was the last QB. He was younger, better looking. Hey, I give it to him. He got a beautiful wife, Crystal. But Andy was the man that he did it. He won state. So. And Andy at one point in time was the offensive coordinator for Mustang, so I know he'll be happy if Mustang did win, and I'll be happy though. I mean, you want to see this side of the state get back to it. I know Carl Arbor dominates, but we love to see this side of the state bring home another trophy. Granted, it ain't one of my Bombers or the Eagles, or Carl Arbor can do it in 5A, but Andy Carr's the last QB that's done it, so hopefully somebody can break that spell and he can be 95, baby, because my brother and them got beat in
96 against
Jinx. they got beat 97 against Jinx with Rocky Calmus.
96.
Well, 96, yeah. So Andy Rocky and Drew Karen was the last two QBs that won state on this side. So
all right.
I know my.
And that's when they
football
went,
historian.
26-0, like 2 years in a row.
That's with Vernon Maxwell,
Rodney
Cato,
Rowdy.
Yeah. I mean, they had some players, man. Chris Crawford. They had some Don Divinus, man. They had some guys that can go. So, all those guys are old, and they probably still can go if you put on the pass right now.
Moving on to 6A2, you got this is going to be this is
Cinderella versus Cinderella.
Teams you've been talking about
the upset bowl.
Man,
the upset bowl.
Okay.
Hey, let's go with it. You already heard me say it. Deer Creek Deer Creek, hey, Sand Springs, great job. I know you knocked off them Eagles. You put them on the back shelf, wherever they're at. We still love you, Coach Jones. But, hey, we're going to roll with Coach from Deer Creek this week. So, Deer Creek going to take care of your business.
I got Deer Creek this week.
Deer Creek, baby. Deer Creek. Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you, man, we had a couple of jokes that we could have put up here because the joke is on you. We had the mic in the deer hand, talking about you going deer hunting. But, hey, it was the other way around. The deer went hunting for you. I guess he was out there eating yellow jackets and stuff. Ain't no fun when the deer got the gun. So that's how it was last week. You know, so I think Sexton wants to end his high school career as a state champion. The kid was a hell of a wrestler. The kid is showing why he's going to OU, why he's a Power 5 offensive lineman, because he used to be a Power 5 defensive lineman. Hey, they're doing a great job over there, man. I mean, the dude is coaching them up, man. I'm just telling you. Hey, put your money on Deer Creek. I know everybody's going to say, oh, Bigsby. I'm just telling you right now, put your money on Deer Creek.
All right. And then we got Bigsby at Stillwater. I don't know what they slipped in Tony's drink. Bigsby he picked Bigsby to lose
Stillwater,
this week, but
they're playing in Langston. Stillwater. They're going to do a stomp show at halftime. Go catch the show. But I'm telling you right now, Stillwater would take the upset. Folks, listen to me one time.
Stillwater is right down the street from Langston.
I'm just telling you, listen to me. I know my brothers, but man, you stupid. Listen to me, Linda. Listen to me. Stillwater will get the upset. Listen to me. 35-42.
No.
35. Preston goes down with a bad ankle.
No, that's not going to happen. You're going to be healthy. You're going to finish strong.
I'll tell you.
Set the new record for 11-man.
No. Stillwater will get Stillwater is so upset about last year's getting beat in the second round. You don't think they're not going to let it happen again.
I think this is the best Bigsby team that I've ever seen.
It's a good team.
I mean, Bigsby.
So let me tell y'all something.
Coach Cole, what are you feeding them kids over there in Bixby?
Okay, man? I'm going to do this.
Coach Cole, what are you feeding them?
Listen to me. If Stillwater wins, I want y'all both to come in here next week with your shirt, with your chest painted Stillwater.
All right.
Wait a minute.
My chest
and if they lose, whoa.
Yeah, if they lose.
I'll paint my hair blue. My head blue.
Nah. You got it. I'm going to go buy it. I'm going to look on Amazon somewhere. The Bixby Spartans logo, the helmet, you got to get that. We're going to find a tattoo, and you got to put it on your lower back.
Yeah. Tramp stamp.
Like a
lower back. And you got to turn around. You got to turn around and show the camera.
I'm against tattoos, so that ain't going to happen. I don't have no tattoos. You don't see no tattoos.
No, it's going to be fake.
I'll do a fake.
We're going to have HR Jessica to put it on there, and you got to come in here.
Okay.
And twerk something.
Man. Tony finna. Oh, man.
Hey, that's what we do. We have fun.
Yeah. Man. I don't know if I want to see that, though.
Hey, I mean, he want us, show these big bird chests.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, y'all should have a little bit more meat in your plate for these chicken sandwiches. Y'all should have a little bit more meat on you.
I've won so many chicken sandwiches. Where they at?
Man, I just had to say we'll go to Logan's, we'll go somewhere, man, and do a show, man. I mean, we're gonna have. Hey, we get your Friday nights is free. Your team's out of the playoffs.
I mean, y'all don't even make it there. So I mean,
Who?
the Bombers.
Ooh, God.
So I mean,
shots fired.
Man,
1-1.
Yeah.
I ain't got a barber. Oh man, Big E taking shots at me. Okay,
but Bigsby gets the win. I'm gonna say,
pick a score,
man.
35-42. I'm
gonna say 48-10.
They scored 14 points last time. You don't think they're gonna score more than 14 points? Come on, E.
Nope.
Man,
I think Bigsby goes out there and shuts them down.
Let's move on to 5A, man.
5A, you got Pryor at MacArthur.
I
mean, you saw what? Mac. You saw a lot in Mac.
Man,
last
you
week,
had a scare, but you had a scare. They woke him up. I'm telling you right now.
Is that what it did?
It woke him up. I mean, sometimes
so I think so they lost against Noble. No, not Mac. That was Armour. So Mac is still undefeated.
Excuse me.
But the games that they've been playing lately, especially that last one, man.
Yeah, it's you never know. I think I'm gonna pick MacArthur to win this one. I think they'll lose in the next round. So kind of a little bit of a foretelling there. Okay. But here we go.
If they did make it to the next round, and let's say McAllister took care of business and made it to the next round, 2 undefeated teams, and the last time they came together and played each other was back in, I want to say 2015, the semis. It was at Choctaw High School.
Yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I'm gonna save that one for the last one. We'll talk about that one last. You got Guthrie at McAllister.
I
I think this will
upset.
I think this is McAllister. This is definitely McAllister's biggest test of the season. I mean, you can argue Kawita, but
I'm gonna go with Guthrie. Something about them Blue Jays. I know you want a Blue Jays sandwich, but that's the only loss they got all year, man. And I'm just telling you what they're doing to these teams. They're scoring some points, and like you said, has McAllister been tested yet?
I mean, they had that game against Kawita, and
they beat them 35-2. That ain't tested, baby.
I mean, that's the bet. I mean, you talk about it. That's the only loss Kawita has.
Okay, so maybe those teams.
Kawita's a good team.
We're talking about maybe those teams are not playing really good teams. I know you and Big RT had this deal about which district is tough. Maybe that Guthrie, Carl Albert, Piedmont, McGinnis district is tougher because maybe those teams are not as good. Collinsville, are they really that good, or are they not playing anybody? I mean, because right now, one of those teams. Whoever, if Carl Albert don't get it this year, one of those teams better get it because you're about to fall off because now you're going to have Carl Albert, Millwood City, and Dale City in the mix next year. Yeah. So, I mean, Bishop McGinnis, they're playing good ball, but I'm going to go with Guthrie.
I'm sticking with McAllister. I think they get one. I think it's their closest game all year, but I think McAllister.
Okay. That's 2 against 1. Next week we'll see.
And then you got Bishop McGinnis at Collinsville. Another tough one. I mean, I'm telling you, 5A.
Man, that's just a tough. Really that's a long drive. That's a long drive. Yeah. They're going to Collinsville.
Yep.
Whew.
Yeah. Whew. I'm gonna have to pick Collinsville on this one.
I'm gonna take Collinsville.
I got McGinnis.
Okay. Okay. I like it.
And then this one, Kawita at Carl Albert.
It's going down tonight.
Man.
Who you got, RT? We're gonna let you go first.
Man. You already know who RT got.
Come on, man. I gotta. Hey. Win, lose, or draw, I got to ride with my Titans, man.
Okay. Who you got, E?
Go ahead.
Man.
I'm going to keep it real.
I got Carl Albert in overtime.
I'm going to keep it real.
Maybe 2 overtime.
When you're a champion, you find a way. I know you're like, well, you just said about Bixby. But when you're a champion and you're playing at home, you're going to find a way to win. Yeah. With that coaching staff, with those guys that are putting together Corley, Dunn, Cam, Coach Johnson, all those guys. I mean, they're putting in the overtime and they're putting in the work. There's going to be stuff that you haven't seen before. They're going to come out with. You see Reed is throwing the ball a little bit more. So now you don't have to worry about Reed's feet. You got to worry about his arm too because he's showing that he can throw the ball now. He's showing because like I told the Dale City kids, the more you play in these playoffs, the more coaches are going to come out and see you. That's why you guys that left. You probably should have stayed at home because now your huddle ain't got nothing on there. I mean, because some of them, because when you're in the playoffs, you're playing against better teams, you're playing against better competition.
Right.
When you're playing against a PC West or a Blottersville or a Guyman, everybody's film going to look good.
Yeah,
you can go suit Zoe up and she's going to score 3 touchdowns, and that's just me being real. Slot receiver. But you see what I'm saying? So you want to get the deeper in the playoffs. The more you play, the more people's going to come out and watch. Yeah. And people's going to start talking about you. Like, who's that Xavier? Who's that number 17? Who's that number 21? Who's this kid? I mean, I'm surprised the kid Tayshawn ain't got no offers yet. You know, and he's a junior. Yeah. And the kid can come up and hit you, mind you, Ronnie Lott. Steve Atwater is what I told you I was thinking about the Denver Broncos. He'll come up and hit you. Yeah. You know, the freshman kid, Washington, I mean, the kid is, he's showing out. He's doing some big things. As a freshman, the kid got the frame, he got the size. So he's telling you, Carl Albert got some players, man. I mean, do they all have dreads and gold teeth? No, that don't make you a football player. Yeah. They're just saying, hey, you still got athletes over there, though. So, hey, I'm gonna put my money on CA.
Yeah.
And they're gonna ride. They're gonna find a way to get that number 6. That's real talk.
Both teams are really good, and like I said, those coaches.
Mason Ford, I love you though. Thanks for coming on the show.
Those coaches are preaching every day. We're not overlooking anyone. I mean, anyone can get beat on any given day, but it's hard to go against the champions and to watch those coaches.
Until you knock them off. Yep. It's still a champ.
Yep.
What we got, Big E?
Moving on to 4A, you got Elk City at Grove.
Elk City.
You're picking the upset again, Elk City, though?
Hey, man, you knocked off my cushion. I had cushion going all the way. I got to ride with them, though. I ride with Elk City.
I think I'm going to pick Grove right here. I don't see it.
You know, that's a far drive from both of them because Grove's on the other side.
Yeah.
Woo, that's some driving right there. Really I hope they're going to start that game at 7:30.
Yeah. And then you got Bristow at Clinton. I got Clinton.
Tornadoes.
Yeah. And then you got Wagner at Tuttle. I got Tuttle.
Tuttle.
Then you got Blanchard at Poto.
Blanchard.
Blanchard.
I know they had a scare last week, but Blanchard wants another shot at Tuttle to try to win that state championship.
I got Poto.
Okay, Poto.
I think Poto's been balling.
Where they playing at?
That's at Poto.
Ooh, that's a bit of travel.
Yeah.
They got to leave tonight. I mean, they got to leave yesterday.
Yeah, and then you got 3A. You got Berry Hill at Heritage Hall. Verdigris at Plainview. I got Verdigris. Perkins at Holland Hall. I'm taking Holland Hall.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I'm riding with them in 3A to repeat.
Okay.
Then you got Sulphur at Lincoln Christian. And then 2A. And then this will be the last class we talk about. Sorry if you're a Class A fan. There's just so many teams. We'll talk about y'all in the semifinals. Then you got Cascia Hall at Victory Christian. Yeah, I got Victory Christian in a close one. Metro Christian at Eufaula. I'm gonna pick Metro. We got Community Christian at Oklahoma Christian. I got
all of them Christian.
Yeah, yeah. I got Oklahoma Christian.
So what side guy gonna be on in that situation?
He gonna be right in the middle.
Most
gonna be right there with him.
And then you got Jones at Washington. I got Washington.
Hey, Coach Martin, great job. Thank you for everything you've done with the Jones Longhorns, man. I mean, I know you're going to take a job in the college ranks, and I think you'll be good at it. I mean, I don't know what mom or dad, if you came and sat in the living room and recruited my kid, you know, you kind of like that, get that Superman look, you know. So, I mean, I think you're going to leave. Whoever takes that Jones job is going to be in good shape. Yeah. A new field just makes it a $10,000, you know, looks way, way good, man, from playing on that grass to now playing on that turf. And I'm telling you, with the kids you got coming up, and, you know, with Luke, the bus, man, I mean, he's just an 8th grader, and I'm just telling you, you know, he's going to do some big things. You're going to hear about that name. You heard it first here. Keep it 100. You know, Luke, I mean, the bus, man, the kid can go, man. The kid is smart. He was, you know, he plays on the 8th grade team. He's just a heck of an athlete, from football to basketball to baseball. But his main thing is football, and he's a good-sized kid. As an 8th grader, man, he got good size, you know. So I just think that whoever gets these young men in the next few years, you're going to have a chance to win another state championship. So, Martin, thank you for everything you've done for Jones High School football. Good luck at your next journey. Take care of Rabbit up there at Texas Tech. And it's pretty cool that, you know, Bo and Rabbit are best friends.
Yep.
Yeah.
Martin coached Bo in high school. Now he gets coach his best friend, Rabbit, in college. And that's just how the Lord works, man, in mysterious ways, baby.
Yep.
And Rabbit got a kid on the way. Congratulations on that, Rabbit.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you got Beggs at Vian. I'm taking Beggs. Who are you picking in that game, Tony? Beggs at Vian.
I'm gonna take Beggs.
All right.
I don't really care for Vian.
Then you got Antlers at Rejoice Christian. I'm gonna take Rejoice Christian.
I'm gonna go with the Antlers, man. It's deer season.
All right. And then you got Lindsay at Crossings Christians. I got Crossings Christians.
You got to go Crossings Christians. I find out about who they are now. I got to roll with Crossings Christians.
Yeah, but that's pretty much all for this week's matchups. Anything else anybody would like to add?
Well, you know, real quick, you know, I know some of y'all seasons come to an end, you know, and you know, one thing to keep it 100 is here for, like I said, we're still going to do our $1,000 scholarship. I know it's winding down, but if you have a student or a student athlete that you know that needs the money, man, you know, we would do the sponsorship. We keep it 100. We were supposed to do it earlier, didn't get done. I don't know what happened with the young man that we had picked, but never really got in touch with us. But there's something that we are going to do for a student for you know, for the fall sports, you know. So, you know, we want to give $1,000 away to a young man or woman. You guys pick. You know, you just hit us up on Twitters. You can, you know, hit us up on our email. You know, keep it 100 and just let us know. I mean, if you can DM me, RT, or Big E, and let us know, man. Like I said, if there's somebody out there that, you know, we don't need the money, we're gonna give it to a young man, and that's what we try to do, is set ourselves apart. Like I said, we don't make a dime. I know I say it all the time, but yeah. You know, we make money because we make money ourselves. Right. But, you know, but if there's a young man that's looking to get his name out there, get on the show and talk to us and help. We can help promote you. We did it last year with Kobe Crew. We did it with Luke, you know, from Bishop Guinness, man. Love talking to him. You know, not really promote Ben, but, you know, talk to Ben. You know, we love talking to high school guys, especially now the season's over. Yeah. We would like for some of you guys to come on the show and talk to us and tell us some of the picks that you want. But for real, though, if you know a young man or woman, even if they want to come on the show and talk, we let us know, and we would love to get them plugged in and have them come on and talk, or even for the scholarship though, because that's something we want to give away because the money's not going in my pocket or RT's or Big East. I do got us some gear order. I'm just waiting for my lady to get it in, so we all have to keep it 100 because I got yelled at by HR Jessica and my mama. So those are the ones that kind of run the show, but behind the scenes. But I will say though, man, I do love having these two guys, and we're gonna keep doing it. We might not come every week when football's over. We might come every other week with wrestling and basketball and other sports. But like I said, real quick, I'm going to take these next few minutes to talk about the Jones team. Thank you for Roman and everybody for letting me coach this team this year. I got to get to know these young men, outstanding young men, outstanding parents, and that's what it's all about, man. And I miss those days with my boys that now I can turn around and do it again. To Coach Bo, his brother Ty, and I tell you, Roman gave me the trophy. Our last game we got beat, when we was coaching 6th grade, and then he let me come back and coach this year 6th grade and turn around. We won the ring and we won the trophy. You can see, hold that ring up, Big RT. Let them know.
It got that almost like that NBA logo on there. You know what I mean?
So there you go for your people to see it. Got that gold ring. Holerville took home the silver. Sorry, Holerville, but that's how it works. But just to come down to it, I hope I'm gonna have E put this clip on the 50 seconds left in the game. I call 46 fake 46 tight end out.
Taking those out to drop the pass.
We scored our first touchdown on that, and we scored our last touchdown on that, and we had some amazing plays that whole game, and I tell people all the time, and I end it at this, we're playing the game, man, and they break a long touchdown, and Jose catches the kid, and he punches the ball out on the 1 yard line, and so we recovered on the 1 yard line, and then the last play of the game, when you see this clip, he rolls and he's dancing, he beats the guy, and he throws it up, and there's 4 guys on top of Jose. And Jose just had a heck of a game. He goes up and he catches the ball. And I'm a spiritual guy. I know I don't go to church every Sunday, but I know my mama prays for me. Right. But I just told people, we had a guardian angel that game. Yeah. And that's being real. And I'm keeping real with you because for that kid, he was 17 yards behind to catch the young man that was in front of him and punch the ball out. What kid knows that at 6th grade? Punched it out. Yeah. Man. Punched it out. He's going, punched it out, and it fumbles. We recovered it on the 1. We ended up giving a safety 2 plays later, but we didn't give up a touchdown. Yeah. And then to come down, and with 4 minutes left, we come down and we get the ball. We onside. We get the ball. And we drive all the way down. We get down to 59 seconds, like second and goal. Second about 20, and he rolls out and he throws that ball up and he catches it. Like I said, when he puts the clip up, you better see it. Yeah. But it just shows you that how the Lord works, man. Because I told Roman, I said Bo was not going to let us lose another 6th grade game. He was going to let his little brother get that ring. Yeah. And he did, and his brother was so fired up and tickled. And Roman told the boys at the beginning of the season, if I win, I'll cut my hair off. He ain't cut his hair since his son had passed away. Man. Wow. Almost 3 years. Wow. So that just tells you, man, football is good. Yeah. But life is better. Right. You know what I'm saying? So don't get caught up. Just there's big things that happen in life that people lose people. And so, this Thanksgiving, grab a loved one and tell them you love them, because you only have, we don't know how long we're kind of like that little game, how the sand goes up and down, and we don't know how much longer we going to be here. So enjoy every moment. Don't spend your life mad at somebody or pissed off, because you know what? You might see that person today, but you might not see him tomorrow. And I'm blessed to be with you two guys every Friday morning in my family because, hey, man, I know Roman will take everything, this trophy, these rings, this helmet and all that, to have his son back. And you know what I'm saying? So this is all materialistic things. But losing a loved one is tough, though. So, like I said, I mean, I really feel like, being with these guys this year, they took me in. You know how hard it is to bring a guy that they don't know.
Right.
Especially other coaches, they don't know me. I come in and I start changing things and doing things. And I'm pretty sure they were pissed off. But at the end of the day, people always say, trust the process.
Yeah.
And then you see it.
Yeah.
And at the end, I had a dad tell me, the quarterback's dad, he gave me a hug and goes, man, you the big difference. I just love kids.
Yeah.
I love kids, man.
Yeah.
I love everyone. I love every kid. I mean, one of the favorite kids that I love probably the most, and he probably knows, is Spencer Bowles, man. I've known that kid since he was 6 years old, wrestling over at Carl Albert. Ethan Rome was one of my favorite kids. I mean, Rocky, his dad's a knucklehead, but I'm telling you, that's just how it is, man. I can name 35 different kids on this show, but those kids are the kids that you see that work their butt off and try to get to the next level. And like I said last week, thanks to all the young men and women that signed. Good luck to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And hope everything works out because, hey, you might not get this chance again. But guys, any closing thoughts? Because I can keep preaching. Because I'm telling you right now, man, I feel good about, life, man. I mean, I've lived a good life. I'm 49 years old. I got a bunch of gray in my hair now, but I'm having fun doing this show. I know a lot of people like it. Some don't like it. But one thing I'm going to do is what?
Keep it 100.
I love it, Big E. I love it. Yeah. That was good. That was right on key.
Yeah.
Well.
Anything else, Big E?
Nah, not much. Just make sure that you are liking, subscribing, commenting.
Like it.
Share. Engagement. You can hit us up on Twitter. You follow me on Twitter at Ethan_Z_Davis. You can follow RT at
Big RT_Sherman.
All right, and then you can follow Tony at
High Keeping.
High Keeping.
You can get me at Quick Clinic.
Yeah.
Quick Clinic. That's my other one, but High Keeping's the one I kind of do all my Keep It 100 stuff on. Or you can catch us on, on our email. What's our email, Big E?
It's keepit100sports@gmail.com.
Hey, send us
and
an
it's
email.
It's all spelled out, so like 100 the word.
Yeah.
And I'll put a little thing up there so y'all can look at it. But another great episode, another great show.
Keep it at 100, and we'll catch you for round semifinals, and then I guess it'll be what quarterfinals for Class 2A, whatever they are.
Yeah.
But I just tell you,
we'll just call it round 3.
Round 3. We'll just call it round 3. But like I said, if you know a kid, our biggest thing right now we want to work on is getting kids' name after. Because I tell you right now, the transfer portal is so full, and some of these kids are not getting scholarships, and it's killing them. And I sat and talked to a coach the other day. I saw Coach Brian at the wrestling. I don't dislike Tata. Me and Coach Brian talked on Sunday at the wrestling duel at UCO, and we were kind of talking about kids getting recruited because it's so bunch packers. These kids got that free year, so some of them are seniors, 6-year seniors, and so it's making it hard for you young guys to try to get scholarship. So even in the junior college rank. Why go get a kid out of junior college rank? I go get a kid from the transfer portal that's coming that has already played, that's already ready. And so sometimes you got to wait your turn, man, and it's okay. But like I said, everything happens for a reason. God has a plan, so that's something I'm trying to teach myself because at first when I found out my kid might redshirt, I was kind of upset, but my mom sat there and said, "There's a plan. What's going to happen with my baby? If he does everything right, he's going to have his master's paid for,
man.
And guess what? He might be able to buy me my own studio. Keep it 100.
Let's get
Oklahoma High School Sports. Folks, that's it. We'll see you next Friday. Talk about who's in the ship and who's trying to still get to the ship. Go, Joan, Longhorns, 6th grade champions. Super Bowl, whatever they call it. We love you.
See you next week.
See ya.